Anyone.
Anyone.
Anyone can be underrated.
Can be underrated
As fuck.
as fuck.
You are now tuning into the latest episode of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Hosted by the one and only Bliss.
And you already know, Mighty Zay.
Today's a good day, y'all, because later on we're going to go see Dune.
Oh, Dune 2?
On the next episode, we'll probably tell you how that went.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we got high expectations, and they're probably going to get met for the most
Probably.
part. Just a sneak peek for next week real quick. We got a very special guest. He's a fighter. Jose was fighting in the same promotion with him for a while. I'm not sure where he's fighting with now, but that's why we're going to dig into it.
Yeah.
We're going to ask some questions. We're going to get some golden nuggets out of it.
Last time I saw him, he knocked somebody out the ring. That's all I gotta say. Put his ass on the table. The table saved his ass.
Right in front of us.
Like, literally. Like,
Me and Zay were front row
Crazy.
watching him fight, and
Blah!
dude just launched other dude onto the judge's table right in front of us.
Hard.
So excited for that. Other than that, we're gonna jump into like conversation. If we can get to the news topics today, we will. But if not, no problem. We'll just talk about it with the dude next week.
Yeah. He's got some good conversations, so I'm looking forward to it.
So, Mighty, tell me how your week's going.
Yo, I'm doing really good, man. I feel focused. I feel disciplined. I feel ready for this fight coming up on the 16th. It's a little less than 2 weeks away, so I'm just feeling really good. And a lot of really good things have just been aligning themselves in my life to just make my life propel to greater heights.
And we're recording this on the 2nd, so it is exactly 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So, like, how are you feeling about that? Like, I don't know, this seems really high stakes to me. I don't know all the details.
Right.
But
For
I don't know, you've been talking big about it. This kind of seems like something that you need to get over in order to keep moving in your fighting career.
This is definitely going to give me a perspective that I need to decide what I want to do moving forward or how hard I want to work moving forward.
So does the outcome of this fight affect your future fights? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it has a little bit of impact. Like,
Is this gonna halt your career if it goes wrong, or you know what I mean? Like,
ain't nothing go wrong when you can always learn.
I have good feelings. I could usually tell in a weird way by your energy that you're giving off whether you're like in the zone or not, and I feel it. I can feel it.
You feel it?
I feel the confidence. You're giving me the confidence. Kind of weird, off topic, but still in the same conversation.
Right.
You know how we see in like this light 3D-ness?
Yeah.
There's other frequencies or other dimensions that we can't see. And anyway, I feel like I'm just getting that energy from a different source.
That I'm
It's a
drawing within that.
confidence. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm able to just get it. I'm getting information.
That feels pretty good to hear. Like, legit. Like, from my point of view, like, hearing something like that just helps me motivate myself. It's like affirmations. You know what I mean? You just affirmed me of how
And
I feel and how I feel.
That's where aliens exist, by the way, in those other dimensions that we can't see.
I feel like I can see them right now. Just know. You know, I'm coming for you. Motherfucker, you in trouble. That's all I gotta say.
But my validation, I know I'm like bro, best friend, right? But my validation, how much does that really affect? Because it shouldn't really affect your whole fighting and your confidence and your readiness. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it really shouldn't.
Well,
But how does it?
Well, no opinion really affects what I have going on, but it just feels good because, like, you know me better than almost anybody on the face of this planet. So if you can see in your perspective that I'm ready in my perspective, that's the closest answer that I'm gonna get to asking myself in the mirror, like, are you ready for this? You know what I mean? So you saying that, because I've heard you say, I don't know, I'm not feeling this, and then weird shit's happened, and I've heard you say, damn, you look really confident, really in the zone for this fight. Really good shit happens.
And I hate saying, oh yeah, I know what's gonna happen, but
no, it's just you're calling it as
it was
it is.
just your last fight. I can't compare it to anything else. I just had a weird feeling. it was just not really a feeling at all. To be
Right,
honest.
right.
That's what it was. I never even got
I remember you
a
saying
vibe
that.
from you.
Yeah, it was
And
just
it
like
was
you're just
just-
watching me.
I can't read it. We're just gonna see how this turns out,
Right.
and it turned out not in your favor, but you know what I'm saying.
So let's speak on that, just so like I'm not taking anything away from my opponent, but at the same time, I came in there without the mindset that I typically do, and I wasn't doing certain things that align me to flick that switch on for that mindset for that fight. There's no excuses, no nothing. He caught me doing some dumb shit in the moments, and he capitalized on those. But there was other times where I really could have done more. And the fact that I wasn't in that mindset to do more, that's what he's talking about now. So as of right now, you're saying that you feel like I'm in that mindset to just put me up against a bear and let's see what happens.
Like from a person that talks a lot, it's hard for me to explain because it's just a feeling, right? So I'm gonna just try to explain it as best I could.
Okay.
So it's just like you just give me this feeling of sureness, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just an energy
Radiance.
that I'm kind of just feeling from you that just gives me like, oh, he's ready. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it could be a good feeling, could be a bad feeling, right?
Right.
But it was just weird because on the last fight, I didn't get a feeling at all from you. So that's why, if it was like weird, I would have been like, bro, I don't know about this fight. But it wasn't even a reading at all.
Right.
I'm a psychic.
No, the craziest thing, you could like joke about that, but I legitimately believe that. Like,
I mean, were you getting a reading?
no, I was just
Or
trying.
what kind of energy were you feeling in your last fight?
I was just trying to. I don't really know. I don't think that I was in a direction. I was
See,
just.
that's what I'm talking about. You were in an unknown energy. And I couldn't read it,
Right.
right? But in your past fights, when you would win or whatever, right? Where were you there? What energy were you at right there?
I would allow myself to be directed in a free flow space. So it's more of like I'm like kind of feeling in the dark, but I know exactly where the direction I'm heading to. But this one, it kind of just felt like I had both hands open, both eyes
So
closed.
did you know how you felt though in those moments?
I felt empty, to be honest. Like I didn't feel really
Even on
driven.
those fights that you won?
Oh, the fights that I won, like leading up to it.
Did you,
I took it more seriously in my head. So mentally, I prepped way more than I did with this fight. So I think I got too cocky in my head, and I needed to kind of like have what have happened to make me step back and be like, no, this is the way that I need to handle things moving forward. So that was a reality check that I needed at that time. Because I feel like if I would have got that beforehand, it wouldn't have been as significant. But seeing where I was in the time frame of me fighting and then that happening right after two great things just happened, it was just like
you won 2 belts in a row.
right back to back, yeah. 2 weeks apart.
Did that put you in a like complacent mode a little bit? You want to explain more?
Well, the thing about that, I'll just say this before you say
Like
that, because I do want to hear
you
that.
hitting your peaks. Okay, go ahead.
So my thing was that I was trying to take as many fights as possible, as soon as possible. I was like, let me stay motivated. Let me not even get out of that mind frame.
And it was a coincidence that they were belts, right?
It wasn't a coincidence, but shit lined up just right for that perfect time. So it's kind of like luck, and I define luck as when skill meets opportunity. Like that's what luck
Imagine
is.
working at what you love doing and then ending up in these.
Those perfect opportunities, yeah. Like
That's
so.
funny, but
So
keep
for
going.
me, it was like I'm getting a fight this month. When anybody else gets a fight, they're like trying to get a fight 2-3 months away, 4 months away, 5 months away. Like, no, I'm trying to have a fight this month. I'm trying to have a fight lined up for next month. I'm trying to have a fight lined up for next month. So I was just moving at a steady pace. And the thing about with moving like that, I was in a zone to where wake up, be in that mental state, go to work, be in that mental state, come home, go to the gym, stay in that mental state, prepare right, go to sleep, rinse and repeat. And then when I had that elongated amount of time to where it was just like I had fights falling through, I think that really kind of got me comfortable and out of that
Oh,
zone.
you did have what, 2 or 3 fights that didn't end up happening?
Yeah.
Like last minute?
Yeah.
And
So-
you were like, all right, it's gonna be fight night, weigh-ins. Motherfucker, like,
And
didn't
then,
make weight, whatever
bruh,
it was.
like-
and then it's just like that energy just never got released. It's like blue balls.
Yeah, in a way. Exactly.
You had blue balls.
I had blue balls.
2 times in a row?
Yeah. So I was going from fights monthly to these
3
two
months
fights.
later.
Well, to these 2 fights being 2 weeks apart. I knocked the guy out in 3rd round, knocked the guy out in 1st round. All right, so let me put this in context. I went to Flagstaff, knocked the guy out in 3rd round. Came back to Phoenix 2 weeks later, knocked the guy out 1st round. And then, so that's 2 title fights back to back within 2 weeks. So I had to stay within that frame of being disciplined to make sure that I'm able to prepare and perform correctly for everybody around that's watching and for myself too. So with that being said, with me having that extended amount of time of being here and then coming down and then being here and then being let down and then chill. And then here, I lost that intensity. I lost that perspective of that intensity. So with that being said, I feel like I've really done a very good job of getting that back and then multiplying it. So now I feel focused, I feel determined, and
Is it weird to say, but like I've like contemplating this as you were talking, and you know how you went almost 2 fights and then they didn't end up happening because
Right.
the fighter backed out or whatever. Did that kind of set you up for when you did have that fight? You were kind of in a mind state to where like, okay, well this might not happen, so I don't want to like disappoint
Get
myself.
too much over it,
So
right?
you
Oh, I see
didn't
that. I feel
really
that.
like
develop
you know what I'm
myself into
saying?
that moment.
It
Yeah.
wasn't like a, all right, this is gonna happen. No, you actually went into it like, okay, well, this might not happen again. So, you know what I mean? Like, do you think that might have affected? Well, because it's just kind of details, but that's kind of like what you said. You
Right.
went months without fighting, but that might be. It's a little bit of a dig,
Right,
but
right.
it might be kind of a key to why
No, for sure.
You
That's
weren't
definitely
super in it, because it's like, all right, well, this guy might back out again the fucking
and
night
then that's
before
gonna
the
leave,
fight.
right, and then that's gonna leave me
So
fucking.
I don't want blue balls again. So let me just kind of chill a little bit.
Right. I
I
feel
don't
like
know. Is that
feel like
some of it or no?
I know 100%. I like seeing that perspective. I can definitely say like, oh, I agree with
Because
that.
that would suck. That's like, it is. It's like going out with a girl 2 times in a row. She kind of like blue balls you in like reality,
Right, right.
in like really
Real
blue
time,
balls you.
right?
And then the 3rd time, you kind of don't have that same excitement because you're like, oh, she's just gonna blue balls me again.
Feel that. It's
You know
just
what I
like,
mean?
nah, we're just gonna go do this and like whatever. I'm gonna be happy.
By the
I
time
feel
you
that.
got to that fight, it's like, here we are again. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing for me, I hate disappointing people that admire my fight style, admire me and my fight lane. So I hate disappointing the people. So like I'll build my fans up, I'll build my people up. Hey, I got this fight coming. Hey, I got this fight coming. So seeing from that perspective, whenever I had to let everybody know, kind of like, it felt like I had to disappoint everybody, letting them know that like, yeah, this fight's not happening. So that became like a huge disappointment on me too. You know what I mean? Like in a way. So with now though, this shit's for sure, and I'm fully. I feel like a fucking slingshot.
All right.
Right
So
now,
what
dude.
if dude backs out last minute?
I'm fighting somebody in the parking lot. Somebody gonna have to run that. Somebody gonna have to run that.
That's
Whether
funny.
that be the promoter, whether that be some random fan, whether that be somebody that just want to step up in the ring, let me know, man. If this motherfucker come all the way from Spain to back out,
That's true, huh? Yeah, he's here already, right?
no.
No.
So he's gonna fly out here. He's gonna be here for a couple days, and then they're gonna get busy, and then he's gonna stay for a couple more days, and then get back home. So hopefully my ass. Yeah, I'm gonna send your ass back home with an L. Sorry for you.
Sorry for you. He's in trouble.
He's in trouble.
So we just basically nailed the fact that there is such thing as a mental blue balls when it comes to fighting.
Yeah.
And when you're so good that you just scare off opponents,
I mean, shit do happen.
you might get blue balls more often.
I have to prepare for that too. I feel like over these past couple months have really.
So okay, so that's cool because I
That
just
was
kind of have another, maybe just one more
Right.
thing to say about this. But how are you gonna prepare yourself for that in the future? So like a big fight's coming up, the night of weigh-ins, which is the night before the fight, dude doesn't make weight or backs out. How are you gonna mentally prepare yourself for that
I'm not.
in the future? Like what?
As in, I'm not gonna prepare for the back out. I'm gonna throw myself all in every single fight from here on moving forward. And if shit doesn't happen, then I'm just gonna keep moving forward. As
So
if that was just
instead
a
of-
regular training.
Instead of peak performance, like the week, the month leading up to the fight, are you saying that you're gonna just basically cruise at peak performance all the way through whether you have a fight or not?
Well, the cool thing about peak performance
Or
is,
what do
let's
you
just
mean?
say you hit like a peak performance and you keep at that level. Eventually, that peak is gonna be like, I'm so used to this shit.
Cruise control.
So now it's gonna be. So now from here on out, it's just new peaks, new peaks, new peaks. You get what I'm saying? So now if I could just
So is
challenge
it-
myself rather than being challenged by somebody else, you get what I mean? Because I can hold myself to a higher standard than.
So once you do,
Anybody else.
okay, like weigh-ins happens, the guy's there, it's 100% going through.
Right.
So are you able to save that dog? Or like, you know when you want to open a present, you know what I'm saying? Are you able to like kind of discipline yourself? And then once you know it's 100%, then it's
Rip
like-
that present open.
then you just, then the energy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just manifest
So
all that
I
energy
will say
built up.
the loss that happened in my last fight, leading up to the moment that I'm at right now, you're about to see a completely different dog.
I hope
moving
so.
forward.
I mean, I hope you're always improving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's just say you can make a punch faster, or you can make a kick higher or harder. Like, I mean, I hope you're always improving.
Yeah,
You want to always
always,
improve.
yeah.
That makes it fun, right?
I feel like in my perspective now that I could beat each era that I've ever been in my fight game. The moment that I'm
You
in
can
right
beat
now.
the old yous.
Yes.
That's why it's a war zone.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
bunch of people.
Welcome. Just me's. I'm just always fighting me. Like
So wait, I kind of had like an epiphany
Uh.
about that real quick.
hard.
Because maybe that's how you can maintain and not get blue balls as a fighter, right? Don't open the present until it's 12 o'clock midnight. Don't open that. Don't unleash or keep your energy, right? But don't let it seep out until it's 100% locked in.
When I'm walking to that weigh-ins, and the second I weigh in, it's seeping out. Like it's just
Well, okay, let the dude weigh in
Yeah.
and then let it seep out.
yeah.
As
Well,
soon as he steps on there and he does his...
So I feel you, man.
Bro, I could just see you all of a sudden just...
I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
That's like kind of a cool thought.
Yeah.
Like all the hard work and then you could finally just release.
You know what I can relate that to? Like circling back to you.
Nuts.
I'm dead.
Nothing.
Nothing. No, I like you have that same exact look, that feel, that inner dog with your own lane whenever I watch you getting ready to perform for a music video. So you've did all the hard work, you've did the long trail, you've did the long journey, and then now is the time to show
you said
it.
a music video?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like music or something, but I was even gonna tell you that it's kind of more like a music video. So that was cool that you went there. Because I do get that feeling.
Yeah.
I don't get that feeling until Core sends me the video over the internet. or
Oh,
whatever.
I feel that right.
And then once
That's
I
a
have
really
it-
exciting time. Oh
Once
my
it's
God.
100%,
Yeah.
it's transferred over. I have the file. Then it's just like
Yeah. Now you get to resonate who you are.
now from building the song. Oh, wait, let's cut it down even. Let's give me my flowers real quick.
That's
From writing the song to engineering the beat
Right.
to putting it all together, mix,
Right.
master, coming out with the song, setting up with the whole plan for the video, getting the video recorded,
It's a whole itinerary of how the video is
video
gonna go down.
edited, sent over,
Yeah.
everything's paid for, contracts, leases, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you get that video in my computer.
Me personally,
And it's just,
like adding in a little tidbit, I love to get to watch you in that lane. Like for me, it's so motivating to watch you perform who you truly are deep inside, to show everybody who you are. You know what I mean? For me, that's
is
just
that,
like, whoa,
is that
that's so
like
cool.
the peak of a song? It's the music video.
I would have to say
Is
so
that-
because that's the essence of the song and the image that you want to displace behind the song. You know what I mean?
So that's just like it coming to life.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
That's
believe.
adding color to it. You know what I mean? So there's a picture, but there's no color. So it's like, oh, that's cool. It's like a 1080, like a 720, like fucking picture versus a 4K picture. It's like, oh, it's kind of blurry. It's kind of cool. I mean, that's cool. But then when you see a 4K picture, the contrast, the vibrancy, I mean, everything is just
You know what's gotten in the way
clear cut picture.
of not just my music, but
What?
we are talking about music.
Right.
You know what's gotten in the way of a lot of things?
What?
Over planning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
like
I
when
feel that.
I want something, and I'm like, oh, I got the great plan. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
it together. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have this video, that whatever, and time starts ticking. Then it's like, oh wait, no, well, I got this much time, so let's push it a little bit out, or wait, let's change plans.
Feel that.
Now I just wasted time,
Right.
and damn, that fucking sucks.
I mean, so like, shout out to Nike because I wear this hat all the time to help myself remind me to just
Brand
like.
endorsement.
What's that?
Shoot your boy the contract.
Shoot your boy. Y'all saw that. For me, whenever I over plan, I literally have to break everything down to the minute detail and then attack that thing with full force. And then once I get that one little thing going, I know that I started it at least. It's kind of like doing the laundry. For me to do the laundry and not let it just sit
Fill
on
me
my
in
bed.
real quick
Yeah.
on how you do the laundry.
It's like just doing laundry though. Like it's like instead of just having a big pile on your bed or on the chair or on the floor or wherever the fuck you put it, it's like for me, the second I get it out the dryer, I have to take it upstairs and then I have to organize it. So once I'm done organizing, like drawers, socks, shirts I don't give a fuck about, shirts I love, this, that, like you know what I mean? Like once it's organized and I can see it organized, then I can just put it away. So for me, once I attack those little details of organizing those little tidbits that's going to get me to that final conclusion of what I need to get done, then that's how I'm able to get that shit done. Like, it's just do it. You know what I mean? You got to just, once you start it, then you're good. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it is definitely just do it. Like, we have this pod every week,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
we record it around the same time every week,
Yeah.
and it just gets done right
Right.
every week. So
Right.
that just it leads into everything else. The clips, the audio, right? It just gets done.
Right.
That's exactly what you're saying. But I mean, I thrive with plans,
Yeah, you do.
but like
Very logistical, analytical.
it's like when I plan for, it's just the funds, because I don't want to release an album without a budget.
Yeah, yeah.
And if I don't, okay, like let's just, real quick, I'm gonna break this down. Let's
Right.
just say I release an album, it's 5 tracks. It's gonna be at least $100 to $300 per beat,
Right.
depending on where I get them from. So that alone, if it was just 5 songs, $1,500 at the most. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
If I want a music video, location, hiring models, fucking who knows what. That's
Cast,
at
crew.
least
We'll say cast and crew.
$1,000, no ads. That's just at least getting the video.
Right, right.
One video.
It's
You know what I'm
about-
saying?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
about-
it's just so much. I'm not a big fucking artist, so for my budget is whatever the fuck I put into work.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Is whatever extra I got, right?
The OT and whatever you're able to put in. Yeah, yeah.
So, for a little album with a 1 music video, 0 ads,
Right.
so nobody's gonna watch it. Only my close people, right? 0 ads, you're looking at 2,500.
The shit you gotta do. You know what I mean?
And so I don't know. It's just like I want like $20,000 to release a fucking album. But
That would be hard. I could just see you with 20 grand, like to release an entire
solely
album.
for
Yo,
music.
whoa.
Just
just
everything.
Boom. Yeah.
Just for music.
Having a
it would
budget
be
just
so
for that.
cool. But see,
That would be really successful.
and it's funny because it's like, oh, okay, let's just push it out like 3 weeks. I'll have the money by then.
Right.
The title is due on my car. Oh, I
Right.
need 2 new tires. That's $500 on my car. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
fuck, it just doesn't
Life happens.
add up.
Right.
Like, it's just life happens, and so over planning and lack of budget is my issue.
Over planning and lack of budget.
You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna make some money from this fight shit. We're gonna go all in on this underrated shit. We'll get some cheap game, and then we're gonna keep going, keep thriving, and keep climbing new peaks and heights, and becoming who we need to be throughout this life to finish off and leave behind our story for other people to follow. We're gonna leave behind a blueprint for y'all to be successful too.
So what's winning right now? Albums or singles?
As of this very moment, right now,
And yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong answer.
to be honest, I'm gonna say singles. Me personally, I'm gonna say singles.
And is that from a person with no budget?
I think that's a person with and without budget.
Because I look forward to albums from
No, right.
my favorite artists.
Right.
That's like the bread and butter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, right, but that's an entire, like Lord of the Rings. Whenever they release a movie, it's like timed out. So whenever you have enough time to enjoy that movie for as long as you possibly can, they bleed it out, and then they release another one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Soaking all that money out of that mother.
Exactly. Just getting it, and then, but in between times, they're releasing like
So are you
little
telling
books
me
and this is that.
I
This is the
need
in
to
between
go
time.
into my catalog and just make music videos?
Absolutely, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
That would be really fucking cool.
I hate the idea of confusing my audience.
I don't think they'll be confused. I think they'll be grateful that they're getting more tidbits on top of what you've released.
Like if I release a video from State of Happiness 2,
Right.
that's an album from 2019. It's like, oh, cool, a new song. Maybe they haven't heard it before, right? And it's some old music, but it's a new music video. So how does that...
I think that's super. I don't think that would be confusing. Like, who just released a music video that was from an album a while ago? Was that Drake? I think Drake just released. No. Fuck. Somebody just released a video. I can't think of.
How do I
but it was
communicate
from a while ago.
that it's from my catalog? It's not new, but this is from my catalog. How do you communicate that?
Stories and posts. You let them know, like, hey, I have something from the vault from a while ago, and then now I finally have the perspective of letting it go the way that I want it to be done. Here it is.
I feel like there is a good way. I'm just asking you
Right,
these
right,
questions because I like to think about stuff.
Yeah.
But I definitely have my opinions on it.
For sure.
But you're just further giving me more information. That way I can make decisions. And it's appreciated.
It's marinating, baby.
But yeah, I was supposed to have an album out this month if it went according to plans of like September of last year.
Right.
It just wasn't the right time. I could have released it, but I wanted to bloom, and it wasn't gonna bloom. There's, you know,
if
what
you
I'm saying?
just force the
Like,
release date now.
oh, it's out tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Everybody's gonna be like, oh wait, what? Like, instead of being
And
like boom, boom.
I
boom,
know
boom, boom,
I know
boom.
how to release an album. I've done
Right.
4 of them, right? And it just not seem like the right moment. It's not.
Well, at the end of the day, the cool thing about you right now is you have the freedom to release and do whatever you want to do and release at a timely manner of whenever you feel like it should be released. So it's not like you're on a time budget. Let's say like you're with an album or you're with a record label and they're forcing you at the end of this month or the middle of this month or the beginning of this month that, hey, where's that album? We signed up.
That sucks. Like,
Exactly,
I can
that's what
see
I'm trying to
why
say.
labels drop artists because they want them to
They
put out
overbite.
content.
They overbite.
Like they're like they could just put it out all the time,
Right,
and it's
right.
not. That we make that content as it comes to us.
Right.
But I do feel pressured sometimes when it comes to because I need to do it.
So let me ask you another deeper question into that. Motivation is only a tool, right? It's not the thing that is going to get us in. It's going to put a pep on our
Yeah,
step,
you
but it's
could
not going to start our
use-
step.
You could use it.
Right, exactly. So let me ask you this. What motivates you to get up and go and do this music? Like, what puts that pep in your step to being like, boom, get it done, rather than be like, all right, let's get it done. Like, you know what I mean? What's the one thing that kickstarts it to being like, oh, this is go mode, let's go?
So there's a couple things, and let me talk about them. That way, the real one could pop out because
Right.
I'm trying to think about it. Right.
Mhm.
So so one of the things is that I feel like I can make, and I hate to say this, and like because people might think I egotistical, but I feel like for the music that I make, I feel like I can make it better.
Mm.
I
That's the
can make,
perfectionist
I
in
can
you.
make Bliss music better than anyone else can make Bliss music. Put it that way.
Yeah, I feel that.
My music
that's
that
you.
I make, I feel like
Yeah.
I could offer something great for people. So that's one thing that motivates me. The other thing is, I just enjoy music. So me doing what makes me happy, that's one. Say the question again.
What puts a pep in your step to get it going? What truly motivates you to be like, oh, this is go time?
I mean, when I haven't released an album in a while, that really gets me and really is like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Or like, it's the pressure. It's
Yeah.
always the time is ticking. Like you're wasting time.
But are you though?
I mean,
Or are you marinating just right?
we're just dying as we speak,
I mean, at the end of the day.
right?
Yeah.
It is marination too. It's cooking.
But whenever is like, there's never a right time for anything. It just has to happen when it happens, and when it happens, we have to go.
That's funny. We worry and stress ourselves with the future that hasn't happened.
Right,
Or
right.
We don't even know if it's gonna happen. It's just this is just what we think.
There is
in
no
our brain.
tomorrow.
There's no. It's always just the present.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the future is just stress.
Do you think like that?
I'm just thinking about that right now, and
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
why do I even think about the future because it could change.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
you know
for
what I
me
mean?
personally, I live my life day to day. Like, it's just, I can't think about the future too much because then I feel like I start adding too much stress on something that don't need to be there. I'm just like, all right, let's just go. Like, whatever happens, whatever's in my plate, I'm going to eat. And whatever I can, I'm going to push to the side. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how I stay motivated and happy in my own way. And that's the reason why, like, you're never really going to catch me slacking in a negative mindset or in a negative emotion.
They're like, Bliss, just put it out.
I mean, so like hearing the beats from the one that you're planning on putting out, and then hearing the ideas from, like, dude, like,
So there's a project
It's
called
dope.
Let Them that I have the whole concept for. Everything is go time. It just it's not the right moment to put it out.
so is a right moment a right mindset, or is a right moment a right time for you to have money?
It's not even that. It's like
What's the right time for you?
so you know how Brandon, I'm gonna speak as if I'm someone else.
Yeah.
But you know how Brandon has his life and he's going through cycles, emotions,
Just
whatever.
like, yeah.
It doesn't line up with what's going on right now in my life. Does that it's not like, I don't know, like
So
it just-
what do you need to get done for it to line up perfectly, as in like you were stating?
I don't know. That's why it's always just like it'll happen when it happens.
Okay, I feel that.
Cause I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're not signed to a record label, so you don't have that pressure of being like, yo, like, this needs to be released right
Wouldn't
now.
that suck?
That would suck.
Or no, it's like I don't want to fucking release that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And then you force it, and then now you're disappointed that you released that. Like, that would be like if somebody were to try to get me to fight, and then I was completely unmotivated, completely undriven, completely not there mentally, and then I was forced to fight. Like, that would suck. That would fucking really suck. It's the same thing. So I mean, if you're I'm not saying like you're undriven or unmotivated. I'm just saying like there is a proper time for everything. And I know whenever you're motivated and you're ready to go, you kill it. You're all in. You're just ready to go. Like,
think about this, and maybe this will be the last thing I say about the whole music stuff of me. But think about that album that I have.
Yeah.
Being on a certain frequency. Let's
Right.
just say 100.
Ooh. Okay, I feel that.
When it comes time that my frequency when my frequency aligns with the album's frequency, that's when the album will just come out.
Oh, I feel that.
It's just not, I feel like I'm on a whole nother wavelength
So,
right now. And that's not to say, oh, I'm past it, I'm better than that. No, like, it's great. Everything about it's great. It's just not on my frequency.
So back to my first question on why we started this little tangent. What puts that pep in your step to motivate you to get to that frequency? Because at the end of the day, we're never ready for something until we start getting ready for it, and then we realize we're ready for it, and then that's whenever we do and accomplish what we thought we couldn't do or put too much stress on what we thought that what we're gonna do is gonna be like, oh my God. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's just like it's a culmination of life events, stuff happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. Like, I wish I could tell you right now that it's gonna come out at this time. I just couldn't.
Like you said, things just have to line up for you. For you to get things moving, things have to line up just right for you to be just at that corner line of everything being where it needs to be to you to get
right,
things
and
done.
that it sucks for the fans because they don't get this project yet.
Right.
But I mean, eventually they will. But anyway, that's why right now in this moment,
Yeah.
I'm figuring out how I could still please the audience and release my album when it's time.
So let me just say this. I was super excited to go off and then back on. I was super excited to hear. It didn't matter like when the release date was gonna be here, but I was super excited to hear when Schoolboy Q was gonna drop Blue Lips.
I still don't know when that's coming out.
It came out March 1st.
Hell, I gotta check it out.
I've been listening to it and well, anyway, yeah. So I was just, it didn't matter of when the release date. I'm just speaking from a fan perspective.
It was brewing.
Boom. I just knew something was coming. I thought nothing was coming, you know, because it wasn't on my mind. And then all of a sudden he put it in my mind like, yo, something is coming. Something is brewing. Hey, my project is coming. Just be patient.
And when are you talking about it? Like when he announced it?
Yeah, this was months ago. Like,
so
this was like rumors of
when
shit.
he got on the wavelength.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So then he kind of like was like, yo, like this project's coming out, or like you kind of hear like rumors like, yo, Schoolboy Q's like doing a little thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for me as a fan's perspective, it was just like, I don't give a fuck when that comes out, as long as I know something's coming. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, I think you telling your fans that something is coming is still something in general. So now whatever you release in between time.
Well, I mean, I haven't even...
It's food.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Wait, so do you think my people know that I'm working on something?
Or haven't you told them?
Yeah, but it's
Haven't been like hella official?
not like I mean, any artist is always working on something. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I don't think has it been a thing where it's like I am actively on this, it's going to come out soon?
Well, usually like you'll kind of put like a little teaser video of said thing. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh shit, like it's coming. But then like you've mentioned a couple times before, these past two albums, they're like, yo, something's coming. Like, keep an eye out, stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean that was just to hold myself accountable a little bit.
But even though
Maybe I
then,
can put
that's still
myself
something.
On it, you know.
Yeah, right. But even though then, like if like as a fan, and I'm waiting, and I have no news from you, it's like fuck, like you low-key start to fall in the back of my head. So, and then whenever you give me something to hold on to as a little bit of hope, then I'm like, oh shit, like you're always gonna be. If I see your bubble pop up on Instagram, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, this might be the time to where every time it's gonna be that idea, because
This
you
might be the announcement,
boom,
or okay.
you planted that idea of
Well,
being
the
like,
good news is that this album will come out
Right.
eventually, but whether it comes out sooner or later, it's okay because let's say that one kind of gets pushed, to the side for a minute.
right,
I'm gonna work on something else right now anyway. You know what I mean? There's gonna be stuff to listen to, new stuff, right?
well, yeah,
This is just talk about an album that should have come out already. But,
right.
it's just there in the back catalog.
But as long as it's there, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, so you can let your
It's
people
something
know
that
that there's something
I
there.
do really want to put it out.
Right.
It's
And it's badass. Like, me hearing it from my perspective, I'm like, whoa, like, this is me comparing myself to the old me. I'm coming in as a new fighter, basically. You're coming in as a new artist. To me, I think you elevated again. And I think this is a really good perspective to have what you're going to release. And I'm super excited to see the feedback from everybody giving you that you
Right.
need to keep going forward and keep elevating. I think this is going to be so cool.
I might even end up releasing another album before that one.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. Definitely more Bliss coming regardless. Right?
That's hard. Pun intended.
But yeah, like I'm definitely in like a limbo when it comes to
Okay.
planning stuff because it just life is going on, right? Like
We're a
not
victim of life.
really like money problems. You know what I mean?
No, it's just
I
things.
mean, in a way, it's kind of like, damn, I want to stack my money. Like, I
Yeah.
like what's going on right now. Like,
I like
do
looking at that
really wanna-
savings. Like,
do I really want to spend this?
Right.
So it's not necessarily lack of money. It's just like, do I want to spend this and go to Disneyland, or do I want to do a music video?
right.
Or like, I don't know.
I mean, you
know
do
what I'm
have
saying?
events coming on, so I mean, right now, I do agree. Right now
But
would be the worst
that's
time
not
for you
what's
to.
specifically stopping this album.
Right.
Like I said, it's just I'm not on the same wavelength to release that now. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like just music in general, like that's been sort of like the speed bump. Just kind of deciding where I want to put my money, and it's just that's what I'm saying. Like it's just I'm on a different fucking frequency.
Right.
You know what I mean? To
That's
where
okay.
I kind of want to spend this. I've been sick all week. So I kind of was depressed as fuck yesterday. Just feeling sick and feeling like I'm not making like movement.
Motion.
It just sucks thinking that nothing's going on with my music. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt like, I don't know. It's not like it's going down. Like I'm still where I've been, right?
Right.
But it just sucks
Mentally,
to feel like the
yeah.
water is just stagnant water.
There's not a wave at all.
Like I like
yeah.
being in that water
Stoic.
where it's just right. It's just cool to like have stuff going on.
It is cool. You know, you get a lot of dopamine from that. So I feel like whenever you go without that specific dopamine, that's whenever that a little bit of like that depression seeps in. It's not real depression, but it's like a reality check in a way. It just punches you in the jaw and you're just like, fuck.
But yeah, yesterday I was feeling like shit.
Yeah, he was looking like shit.
Music didn't do anything for my music yesterday, and I don't know. I haven't gone to the gym because I was sick, and yeah.
All I have to say are rest days are just as important as the days that you put in the most amount of work. So if you feel like you needed that time to get prepared to be
No,
exactly...
that's the reason why I was depressed. Because I
Sometimes-
didn't need that time. I was just sick and I couldn't do shit.
Yeah, but you did need that time.
But shit.
Yeah. Oh, I
Couldn't do
feel it.
shit but shit.
Oh my god. I mean, that's rest time. You gotta rest your body to get right again. You feel me? That's all right. You know what I mean? Everybody goes through that shit. And now, whenever you get right, now you have to stay right and keep pushing to be better.
Oh my god. I can't wait till Monday. I'm gonna hit the gym so good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Monday's the start?
Monday, well, I did go this week,
Right.
and then I got sick.
Right.
Literally, body was hurting me. My
aching.
bones hurt.
Damn, that's.
But it was only for one day, and then the next day I was shitting my brains out. So, yeah.
You feel light?
I kind of do feel like light a little bit, but
That's pretty cool.
I haven't been hungry. I think I might have like, I don't feel bloated.
That's nice.
You know what I mean? I think
know
that's
exactly
just what it
you
is.
mean.
I don't think
You don't
I
feel
like
weighed
lost
down.
a bunch of weight or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't feel bloated.
I know exactly because I have to drop my weight for fights all the time. So, with that idea of being bloated and then not being bloated, I know exactly what you're feeling right now. Like being bloated and unaware that you're bloated, you just feel weighed down. And then being empty, but like at a peaceful empty to where you're not starving, but you're not like I'm weak. I feel like for me that's rejuvenating. I like being at that. Not like sick, not in a way of sickness, but in a way of
Is it
being
like kind of balanced?
Yeah.
Like a little bit?
Like I'm mentally balanced with my strength, my speed, and how I feel. It's all frequency. It's all like you said, it's all together. Everything is just pew, pew, pew.
So we had a couple news topics this week we were going to talk about, but we went off on some tangents, and I think it was a great conversation.
Tangents are good for you.
I think it's good because next week we'll just kind of bring a bunch of the news that we missed. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to get the perspective of our guest. He's a fighter, he's local, and we're going to dig his brain and get into it.
At the end of the podcast, we might throw some shots, so you never know.
So yeah, appreciate y'all for listening. If you made it this far, do us a favor and share it with somebody. We do put a lot of work into this, easy as it might seem.
I feel like you make it seem pretty easy.
Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Peace.